Hi, my name is Mike, and I own Mike's Carburetor Parts. And we're working on a Carter AFB Series 9000, made by Weber these days. This is the competition type of carburetor. And this one happens to be a 600 CFM, and I know that because the number is 9635, and the second number, the 6, indicates CFM on these. So the old AFBs, they never had any statistics out for that. So at this point, I don't know what CFM those are. But at any rate, so anyhow, we're putting this back together now, and the first thing I'm going to start with are the main jets. And if you've seen my disassembly video, you know that I took the primary jets and put a wire through it to keep them separated from the secondary. Typically, the primaries have a bigger orifice, bigger size than the secondaries. Another way to find out. When you look at these two, they look awful close. Now, your primaries on this one. Get my little pointer here. Your primaries are right here on this little ledge. That's a primary, another primary over here. The secondary is down in the bowl. Okay? So, you don't want to get them mixed up. So, there we got our primary. Get it. Okay? Use a good screwdriver with a wide end on it so that you don't chip it. Also, these primaries, this is where your metering rods come down, go into your primary jet. No need to tighten them down with too much force. Want to be able to get them out again. Alright, we'll put our secondaries in here. Take your time, don't want to strip them. Okay, we got the jets out of the way. Alright, next thing we're going to do is the, what do you call it, our main discharge. Right here, this is where the fuel will come out when you hit the accelerator pump. And let's see, I'll match up my screw here. Okay. Now, we started out with a check ball and a check ball weight. Goes in this hole right here. First the check ball goes in, the weight holds the check ball down. However, in the kit, we have a needle check weight, and I got one here somewhere anyway. I just seen it. All right, what do I do with it? Huh. Here we go. And we're going to replace the check ball and the check ball weight with just the needle. And the needle end of the weight takes the place of the check ball. So the needle end will go down in the hole and stop it up. So we won't need the check ball in there. Don't put the check ball in and this. If you want to put the check ball back, fine. You can use the old weight, no big deal. You have a new check ball. Go either way. Okay, so there we go. And okay, so here's our main discharge. Get our gasket for it. I blew through here, these holes, made sure they were plenty open. Don't stick anything through there if you can help it. You don't want to make them any bigger than they are. And there we go. And I'm going to put a little silicone spray lubricant on it, keeps it from sticking, so if we need to take it apart again at some point, it'll be easier. Okay. All right, we'll put the auxiliary valve in next. Sits in here, nice and free. You got to watch these, pick them up from swap meets and whatnot. People tend to grind these things down. So, wait a minute. All right, yeah. Okay. All right, now we have our, let's see, we have our secondary and our primary venturis here. They're all cleaned up, blown out. Now, you want to make sure, either mark these when you take them apart, or do as I do and take pictures. Okay. Spray lubricant on it. Alright, that's our primaries. Now we got our secondaries. And there we go. Yep. Have a little tab sticking out to your left on this side. You'll figure that out right away, like I did. Head on backwards. All right, get over there. All right, there we go. Okay. Your other one. Alright, so we've got the secondaries in. So I'm going to put our return spring. My kit comes with a return spring on this, which is nice. And get a little lubricant in there. Let's see, we've got an ethanol ready accelerator pump. Okay. Now, these pumps are actually regulated by the linkage, which I'll show you here in a bit. This linkage here, this is how it's actually adjusted, if you need to adjust it at all. We'll get to that later. So I just set it in there so I don't forget to put it in there, which I do a lot. And so we got two gaskets here. Let's see. Were they lazy and just stuck them both in there? No, there is a difference in the two. Let's see, let me grab the old one. Okay. I'll compare it with the old one. Okay, so it's this one here, and that's assuming you had the right one on to start with. So we're going to put it on here and make sure that I happen to know the history of this one, so I know that was okay. But I'm going to check and make sure it doesn't cover any holes it shouldn't cover and that kind of thing. We'll spray a little lubricant on it. Okay, there we go. And we'll set this aside for a moment, and we'll stop this video right here and continue on with the top, where we'll have to put the needle and seats in and the floats, and we'll put it together. Thank you for watching.